The first question comes in from Love Bombing, and they say, so I've been dating this guy for a very short time, like a month, and he just told me he loves me. Now, I understand people can fall quickly, and I definitely really like the guy, but my friends have me worried that this is a red flag. They called it love bombing and said it's a way for guys to control women. Should I be worried? Who should I take this one, or you want to take this one first?
Yeah, go ahead. You can take that one because you love bomb everybody. So you can speak from experience.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a lot to be said about love bombing. Like, I know that it is definitely something that people do, but I also think because it's become such a thing, I think a lot of people jump right to, if somebody says I love you relatively early in a relationship, they jump right to, oh, that's love bombing. And I don't think that that's always the case. And I say that as somebody who has had relationships where I said I love you pretty early on, not like super early, but pretty early on. And I'm for sure not a love bomber. So I know that there are situations where that's the case. And I think if the guy was like, you know, just constantly overly affectionate, just overdoing it all the time, I think maybe that's something to watch out for, but he also might just be an affectionate kind of guy, which I think a lot of people like and a lot of people don't. So I think that's one thing that you can keep an eye out for, but I don't think that him just saying I love you a month into the relationship is necessarily something that's bad. I mean, if he feels that way, he feels that way. And I think if you're nervous about it, if it's something that either you're not ready to say or you're not feeling yet, you could just have that dialogue with him and just be like, hey, I'm glad that you feel strongly about me. I really like you as well. I'm not there yet. But let's just continue doing our thing and, seeing where things go. I feel like that's the reasonable way to approach it. I don't think just because he said, I love you, you need to be like, oh, Ted Mosby, like, I don't think it's necessarily that. I just think you can have that conversation and say, no, I'm not there yet, but I'm glad you're happy and I'm happy too. And let's just see where things go. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's difficult because everybody feels love differently. And, you could love somebody, but it's not the same as like, I'm in love, or like that you have like I don't know how to describe it, more like a stronger resonance to the way that you're feeling these things. Yeah. For Brittany and I, we said I love you very early on, but we had been long distance communicating for a long time. So I think it was sort of a culmination. We had built up that affection for one another. And I would even say like the love that I had for her then 15 years ago is very different than the love that I have for her now. So you can love somebody or be in love with somebody and it can still change. It grows or it disappears or it just, like I said, it changes over time. And I don't think there's a right or wrong way about that. And I find it difficult to judge somebody else on when they felt that affection or like when they felt like they were falling in love or had fallen in love. So I wouldn't particularly say it's a red flag. I think of with like love bombing is more of when, they over gift things and they're messaging constantly. And there's just this stream of communication that's happening that isn't reciprocated from the receiver. And I think then at that point that can become a little bit more of like what people would consider love bombing. But I don't know if in this case that's what it would be. This might just be a case of somebody has fallen in love faster than the other person. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to be able to tell. Like, I understand, your friends had you worried or whatever. I understand that's a thing. And they're probably looking out for you. Maybe they've had that experience and they're projecting a little bit to where guys have used it as a manipulation tactic. And love bombing is for sure something to watch out for. But in this case, it really just doesn't seem like that. If you're not seeing any other signs, if you're not noticing that there's, trouble in paradise or he's showing other manipulation tactics, then I think for now you could maybe have a little bit of, just be on guard a tiny bit. But other than that, just enjoy this relationship and see where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't count it out before it really starts.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's any reason to be worried. Not to say that it couldn't be, and you might find out down the road that, oh God, he was love bombing all along. But for now, it seems premature. Premature.
It's just penis pics constantly. Just every 5 minutes, just a new shot of the penis. It's not even the same picture. He's like got better angles, and it's not hard. It's just flaccid dick.
Yeah, that'd be called dick bombing.
Dick bombing. That's right.
I don't know how I feel about dick bombing.
Well, I have love tattooed down my dick, so it's still love bombing in my case. You know,
I did the tattoo. I've never tattooed anything, but I tattooed love on Liam's dick. So
can you imagine? But it's backwards. It starts from the tip, so it's like LOVE and E's closer to It's weird. So like evil. Oh, love, got it. You're an idiot.
Yeah, but you're inserting your love one letter at a time.
Is that how it works? You know? Yep. True.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Well, I hope that helps. Love bombing. It probably doesn't because we're not very good at this, but I think, I think enjoy your relationship and enjoy the fact that somebody's showing love to you and see where that goes.